Hi Stingrays, we're back with more of the Timework Trio, Knights of the Kitchen Table. We're on our 4th chapter, and we just learned that Joe, Sam, and Fred have defeated the Black Knight by tricking him and moving out of the way when he was trying to poke them and kill them with his sword. And so now we were left with the 3 boys defeating the Black Knight, but seeing 3 more knights coming toward them from a ways away. Let's find out what happens. Chapter 4. The 3 knights charged. 10 feet away they stopped. The lead knight, carrying a white shield with a red cross, raised a huge sword over his head and said, "Hail, Sir Fred!" "Hail, Sir Fred!" said the 2 knights behind him. "Whew," said Sam. "Whew," said the tall knight with the red cross shield. "He means whew and greetings, Sir Knights. Are we glad to see you?" I said. "Oh, praise, but you sirs speak fair strange as thy dress. You must be a very strong magic to vanquish yon Black Knight with a mere oaken staff." A pile of armor wiggled a leg and moaned. "For he has slew many of our good knights of the Round Table." "For real? The Round Table?" I said. "Aye. Know you of our fellowship?" "What did he say?" asked Fred. "Have we ever heard of them?" I whispered. And then I answered, "Are you kidding? King Arthur and all that stuff? Of course we've heard of you guys." "Kidding? Stuff? What saith ye?" asked the Red Cross Knight's friend. "Methinks they know of us," whispered the tall one. "Sure," I said. "I've read about you guys. The Sword in the Stone, Lancelot and Guinevere, Merlin the Magician." "Read? Thou reads the written word as Merlin does?" "Well, mostly Superman and X-Men," said Sam. "X-Men?" asked the White Knight's pal. "Books of spells or fellow wizards, no doubt," said the White Knight. "Faith, it must be a sign. You enchanters 3 have been sent to deliver us of our troubles. I am Sir Lancelot. These are my companions, Sir Percival and Sir Gawain." Now stop right there. Do those names sound familiar to you? All right, well, we've heard of some people. We heard of King Arthur, and so he had some famous knights that were part of his group, and they were known for having a round table because it used to be that in medieval times there would be a long rectangular shaped table, and whoever was the most powerful would sit at the head of the table. And when King Arthur was king, he decided to create a round table where everyone who sat at the table was equal, so there was no head at the table. So we have the name of the book kind of coming into play, Knights of the, not Round Table, but Kitchen Table, since we know these 3 are new kind of knights coming into the medieval times. So they're meeting Sir Lancelot, who's a very famous knight in King Arthur's, part of his knights of his Round Table. And then we have Sir Percival and Sir Gawain, G-A-W-A-I-N. And those are famous knights, too, that they're meeting. Did you hear how the knights speak? And it's definitely different from how we talk. And so that's a funny thing that the knights keep repeating what the boys are saying. Like when he said X-Men, he reads X-Men mostly. The knights are like, X-Men? And they think, we don't understand this. They must be like magicians or wizards or something, since we don't understand it. And they obviously don't know how to read because they said, "You read? Like Merlin, the wizard, magician?" So they think that these 3 boys are magicians, and they call them enchanters. And they keep calling them these 3 enchanters, because that's another kind of word for someone who does magic or spells. All right, so let's find out how the boys react to meeting Lancelot. Sir Lancelot? I gasped. This guy was supposed to be the greatest knight who ever lived, except for maybe his son, Sir Galahad. And here he was asking us to help him. Well, I am Joe, Sir Joe the Magnificent, I said, borrowing my uncle's stage name. These are my 2 companions, Sir Fred the Awesome, and Sir Sam the Unusual. Sam gave me a nasty look. Welcome, enchanters, but we have not a moment to lose, said Lancelot. Camelot is besieged by Smaug the dragon from the west and Bleob the giant from the east. Mount behind us, we ride at once. Huh? Said Fred, still striking a heroic pose on the Black Knight. He said if we hitch a ride with them, we can go to King Arthur's castle and fight a dragon and a giant. That's great, said Sam. You invite us to a birthday party, almost get us run through by a Black Knight, and now you get us into a fight with a dragon and a giant. Remind me not to come to any more of your parties, Sir Joe the Magnificent. We hopped on the horses behind Sir Lancelot, Sir Percival, and Sir Gawain. But dragons and giants and things like that aren't for real, said Fred. I didn't think the Knights of the Round Table were for real either, I said. But if they're not, who are we riding with? And where are we going? All right, so what 2 things are the Knights of the Round Table wanting the boys to help them fight? Smaug the dragon and Bleob the giant. Now we get to some funny voices when we see Bleob the giant. So they're going to try to fight a dragon and a giant. And Lancelot, one of the bravest knights of King Arthur's group and King Arthur's Round Table, is asking for the 3 boys' help, which is kind of cool. All right, so stay tuned for chapter 5 and we'll see what happens.